I think it's a bit knackered. If I do it there, I can't wind it up. What the hell? Wow, look at the state of this rotting balance beam as well. And judging by the metal on the brace, it's been like this for a while. Finally cruising again after I think about 10 days. Could be longer, I don't know.
Could be.
But it has been a long time, and that's because, well, me and Mum didn't cruise last weekend because we're quite close to where we need to be for holiday. But now we're behind because Mum didn't come back with us to Ilfracombe, because we went down to Ilfracombe, we had a great time. Did a lot of carpeting for Amy. I'm not going to show any of that because you don't want to see it. And then we went to the beach a few times, went to Mort Point, which was really nice, took the dogs out. And after that we went to Willicombe, and then we went to Willicombe again the next day on Halloween, because we actually swam in the sea. Well, Amy did. I paddled in the sea on Halloween.
It's still warm, the water down there, isn't it?
Yeah, the water's warm, and it was about 17 degrees, which is quite weird for the end of October. Yeah, and then we had a good time down there. The car got sorted, well, for a little bit. Yeah, £700 for a new DPF and sensors, temperature sensor for it, and another sensor, and two new tyres for the back. So yeah, already the car's cost us £700. You know how bad our luck is with cars. But then, yeah, we had to rush back. Well, because Nan, Mum's mum, fell quite ill the day before, and doctors weren't giving her any antibiotics, even though she's 88 years old. 88. And it was just like Dad with his foot, trying to get some antibiotics. It's impossible. Until the point where Grandad had to go and drop Nan off at the hospital because she was that bad with her breathing, because they had a chest infection. And the doctor said if you did not come in today, you would have been dead in the morning. Which was, yeah, that's how bad it was. But the fact that Grandad had to go out and actually physically drop Nan instead of an ambulance to the hospital is pretty disgusting, really. But the main thing is she's alright now. The second day, yesterday, or the day before, she was actually really delirious. Like she had dementia. It was like she was 18 again. It was crazy. She didn't recognise Mum, she didn't recognise Grandad. She only recognised and remembered her own dad and her sister
Ellen.
Yeah, which was weird. But she is getting better. She got better today. But yeah, anyway, we had to go and drop Mum off at the train station.
Oh, field fairs.
Because otherwise it would have been a 4-hour drive to Southampton and then another 3.5-hour drive back to where we were. So it would have been 7.5 hours for me and Dad. His dad had to get back the next day for work. So we decided there's about 3 ways you can go to Barnstable. We decided to go the Braunston way. Braunston way for
I
once.
thought it was Braunton.
Oh, for God's
Braunston?
You know what I'm like? I can't. For some reason,
He
I
gets
mix
confused
those
with
two up.
Braunton and Braunston.
Yeah. No, Braunston. Yeah, we went through Braunston, which we never go through. Should I call it again?
Yeah.
Oh, Broughton.
Cut. Retake.
We went through Broughton because we never go through Broughton because there's always traffic. The one time we go through, someone crashed on the A road. Unbelievable. So we were stuck in probably one of the worst traffics we've ever been stuck in around that area. And we were stuck down a lane for ages. And then, because we took this diversion down this little lane, we're at the next lockdown, we had to go through an almighty flood. I thought the flood was bad that I had to go through the ford, but this, I don't know how it didn't go in the exhaust. It probably did go in the exhaust pipe, but the car was alright until, yeah, we missed the train. But then everyone came together, Tony and Luke, my brothers, they sorted out, because I didn't know anything about the line, they sorted out a placement where Mum could pick up the train, and that was Tiverton. I didn't even think. It's the same line. It goes to Exeter, then to Tiverton, and then to Westbury, and then down to Hedge End. So yeah, we managed to actually drop Mum off there, but on the way, driving up the Devon Link Road, which was also partially closed, the engine management light came back on and limited performance, and it was like Chris, the mechanic, had done nothing. Because nothing changed, and it wasn't any better, which was a shame. But so we got it booked back in for mid-December, because we're going back down mid-December for my brother's birthday. So yeah, Mum at the moment is away, so we couldn't cruise, and she is coming back. Hopefully, I'm hoping this sometime this week. But Dad's going back to work Wednesday because he had a day off Thursday. So we've only got 2 days, me and Dad. So we're going to cruise quite away today because we have to do the cruise that me and Mum were supposed to do when we got back, but we didn't do. So anyway, yeah, I think we should probably be cruising to Milford, or we might even cruise to Great Haywood. We'll see.
Scoop up your WD.
Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, Mum's back for holiday, which is on Saturday. Anyway, let's go.
So this is the UK Canal Network. We are here down at Gailey on the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal in Staffordshire, England, of course. We begin our cruise by making our way down several locks to Pink Ridge, where hopefully we can try and get some water. After that we'll head through several more locks down to Acton Trussell. Once through Acton Trussell we'll skim the outskirts of Stafford, then onwards to Milford, past Tixall Wide, and then down to Great Haywood, where we're more up. Making a cruise about 13 miles and 10 locks. Yeah, unfortunately this section of canal is absolutely ruined by the roar of the M6. This viaduct here is part of an old railway branch that led to Huntington, a little village further up the line, and it served the Littleton Colliery. They began mining coal here back in 1877, which was at a depth at 1,622 feet. When it was modernised in the 1960s, they were running up about 1 million tonnes of coal, but it unfortunately closed in 1993, making it the last ever working coal mine in Cannock Chase. Remember to lift your fenders, because Offerton Lock is an extremely narrow lock. We have been wedged a couple times in here when we haven't lifted our fenders. It's very narrow.
There's a seagull just sat there.
This pound is rather low, isn't it? I wonder why that might be. The top gate is extremely leaky, and one of the bottom ones won't stay shut. All the water's leaking out that pound. Well, things did not look good when we got to Pinkridge Lock. Because there was a boat on the water point, a boat on the lock landing, and a boat further back on the lock landing, we had nowhere to land. One boat was filling up, and the other boat on the lock landing was waiting to fill up. and we were also wanting to fill up, but we didn't have time for this. Thankfully the guy on the lock landing operated the lock for us, but annoyingly had to be a lock with only one working paddle to fill it up, and it was empty. We eventually got in and came up with a contingency plan, which was to get water at Great Haywood instead, which meant that we had to go to Great Haywood today, even though I was thinking about more at Milford, as we simply didn't have time to wait to fill up water here. It would take at least an hour and a half. Well, here's the M6, time to go underneath it one last time, and then it will finally bugger off and leave us alone. That's strange. I wonder what this old wide bit of this canal would have been. Almost looks like it was an old winding hole, but it's now too silty to wind.
The oven's going to do that job today.
Wow, look at the state of that ground paddle. What on earth caused that to happen? I do not know. Maybe concrete cancer? Or someone tying their rope to it?
We're about midway on the cruise now. Yeah, we wanted to get. Can you stop doing that?
Sorry, I was
Really
just
distracting.
singing a song. I forgetting about it. Sorry.
Yeah, we wanted to stop for water
Water.
in Pinkerage, but
You
there's a queue of two boats there,
You couldn't.
and there was nowhere for us to land. There's a green boat on the lock,
Not allowed.
and the guy actually operated the lock for us, which was really nice. And he didn't.
Simon, his name was.
Yeah, thanks, Simon.
And his wife.
They had a share boat, and Dad told her about the channel. So if you
Well,
watch
they
it,
asked.
cheers.
They asked me.
But yeah, I've never seen such a state of locks. I mean, every single lock has a problem with it, and I'm not moaning about the CRT, but sort of am, because it's getting really apparent now that, you know, money is getting quite scarce, and it's actually quite worrying, because
Where's all the money going for the CRT, you know?
the CEO, 200 grand a year, isn't that more than the actual Prime Minister? I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's on 140,000 a year, the Prime Minister.
Don't quote us on that, it's probably wrong.
I think you get more for being a GP than that.
Yeah, so it's quite sad, because every lock has got a broken paddle, the gate is completely rotten out. And the crazy thing is, it's the 4th of November today. This is when the first series of stoppages, the pre-Christmas stoppages, happen. And there's not one on this section of canal.
We've got a lock arm completely snapped on top of a lock gate. They've had to bolt it all together.
Yeah.
Leaking locks, paddles broken. One paddle's completely out of the ground.
Yeah, that paddle on that last lock, that's going to take him years to repair. I mean, it's already been there broken for years. But it is just crazy. And yes, yeah, you know, it's sad to see, because you know, you get a bit worried, because what's the network going to be like in 2027 when we do run out of money? But yeah, we're going to go to Great Haywood now. Crikey! Whoa, you had to do a little rev for the camera.
Yeah.
That's what that was. Did a little rev for the camera. Two lads in the tractor. Yeah, so we're going to go to Great Haywood, get water there, and rubbish. I don't even know where I was planning on mooring today. I was going to plan on mooring sort of Milford, I think. Dangerous road as well. Look.
Yeah, it is
Cross
dangerous.
there. Cross there where someone's died on it.
Yeah, someone's gone through.
I would not want to moor here. You know, just there's
Someone takes that bend wrong,
Yeah.
they could be in your boat.
a strong wire, but I don't know if it's going to hold a car going like 150 miles per hour.
High tensile steel, same sort of similar stuff they use on bridges, isn't it?
So yeah, we're going to go to Great Haywood. Yeah, I was planning on mooring at Milford, which should have been about 10-mile cruise, but I think I'm going to go as far as I can to just before where we need to stop for the holiday, hopefully. So we don't want to go to the holiday spot yet, because we'd be there for longer than 2 weeks. So I'm going to go to the spot before that, and more up there. So yes, quite a few more miles and quite a few more locks still. So, but it's what we had to do, because obviously Mum isn't here to cruise with me on the weekend. Anyway, let's get going.
Well, that's a leaky lock. The boat's only just come out of it. As you can see, both sides was an old road. This sort of thing fascinates me, because it was clearly the old road, and they must have had to relocate it to make a bigger bridge. Because originally there would have been a lovely humpback bridge here, I reckon.
That side. This side.
And that right there is St. James's Church. Originally constructed in 1212, but was completely rebuilt in 1869. The interesting thing about it though, in 1985, a semi-hexagon wing of a Roman villa was discovered in the churchyard. The wing was constructed back in the 2nd century, and now we're entering the lovely village of Acton Trussell, quite a posh little village. The weird name comes from Anglo-Saxon word for Acton, and the Norman family name Trussell.
Because Mum's not here, so we need to go out and get it done.
Is it just me, or does anyone else get Deptmore Lock confused with Church Minshaw Lock on the Middlewich branch of the Shops Union? They look eerily similar. What a great use of retired old lock gates. I love how there's several holes in the hedges along here to look at the flashlands of the River Pink. Well, someone likes their Aldi chocolate fudge milkshake. I mean, I do, but not this much, and not enough to chuck all the rubbish in the canal. Wow, this canal is shallow in a lot of places. And we're actually just skimming Stafford here. It's actually on the other side of the river. But there used to be a link known as the River Sow Navigation. And the navigation was opened in 1816. Sadly, it was shut down in the 1920s. But they're trying to bring it back here. As although Stafford has a lot of canals around it, none of them actually link to it. And they're missing out on a lot of benefits. Firstly, they're building a basin here with 12 berths. And they're steadily progressing with that and the lock onto the river. Wow, do you reckon that's the old masonry viaduct for the railway here? And when it was extended they maybe replaced the viaduct? That's what I think that must be.
Oh, two at once.
That's how they used to do it. Watch TV.
Bit of a snake bridge here. This allowed the horse to cross over to the other side as the towpath switches over here without the rope getting snagged under the bridge. This is the 4-arch masonry aqueduct over the River Sow here, engineered by James Brindley of course, and likely constructed back in the 1770s.
On the wrong side of the canal.
There's this lock coming up.
Well, here we are at the infamous Tixel Wide, one of the 7 wonders of the canal network, I guess. Everyone loves this spot here. It's like a mooring in a lake. I'm pretty sure everyone knows the story, but I'll relay it for people who don't. Thomas Clifford, who owned the grounds in which the canal was constructed on, he gave permission to the canal company to build a canal through his land, but they had to make it wide enough to make it look like a lake in order not to spoil the view of the land. We now pass over another aqueduct and another river, this one being the River Trent. Just down from here is where the River Trent and the River Sow join, as we're now reaching the end of our journey on the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal and joining its sister canal, the Trent and Mersey, built at the same time. The Staffs and Worcester was actually finished before, but it was also constructed by James Brindley, built to link the great rivers of the Mersey and the Trent. Its date of act was 1766, but wasn't fully open until 1777. We're going to fill up with water and then moor up just past the bridge for the night. Thank you for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe. It's 100% free. Help me get to my goal of 100,000 subscribers. I really appreciate it.